I absolutely do believe he was murdered. I truly believe that it was a conspiracy. Michael told me that this was going to happen. He told me what was going on. And yes, I do. He told me that they were after his catalog and they will kill him to get it.
Well, the irony is LaToya, who was so outspoken during the trial of Dr. Conrad Murray, we'll get to him in a second, she's one of the few here in the family who's staying away from this. And I hear she's sort of saying, stop. Alan Duke, CNN Wire Entertainment editor. Let's clarify the money, because for so many who say whoever controls the kids control the money, Katherine, what is her stake in the fortune, and how much control do her adult siblings who are left out of the will have over her to get any kind of money?
She gets 20%, and with her passing, the 20% then is divided among the 3 surviving Michael Jackson children. So there's really nothing for her sons and daughters directly, the aunts and uncles, to get. And as far as with respect to Uncle Rolo, some people would question, was it Miss Jackson who was acting the fool and like a 14-year-old, not Paris, by stalking her as she was coming home from school and chasing her down with a cell phone with the video camera rolling. I saw the whole videotape on the security camera, and that's what I saw.
We saw one thing, but we didn't hear anything, and so we can't make a conclusion based upon what we didn't hear.
I've talked to people who were there. I've talked to people who were there, and they're telling me what was said and what happened. And I can tell you this came 5 days after a conversation that Paris had with Janet on Wednesday. I knew about this when it happened Wednesday.
Okay.
I sat on it until there was the police report that I could report on. There was a very bad argument between Janet and Paris on Wednesday. Paris wanted to call the FBI against Janet for kidnapping. So there's already this tension going on because Janet wouldn't let her even know where her grandmother is. And I also know Janet wasn't even telling her own sister LaToya where she was. As for LaToya, she was in the dark, crying and frustrated and very sad because she didn't know that her own mother was okay.
Well, also, I talked to Marlon Jackson, and Randy actually gave him the wrong location where the mother was. And so he even told me that. Randy is tweeting like crazy, trying to put the truth out. And I even challenged him to say, look, man, your own brother says you said a different location. At the end of the day, what you're dealing with here is no doubt significant family drama. But again, what we also do not know is what is the state of these kids as well. That's why I think for the judge to appoint a second guardian, someone who they have bonded with, makes sense because, again, an elderly grandmother, it is difficult to still be able to control teenage kids, even if they're Michael Jackson's children.
Well, we got to segue to this next bombshell. I use that word sparingly, but this one I think qualifies. You will not believe who's getting involved with this drama now. The imprisoned doctor who was convicted of giving Michael Jackson the killer dose of propofol that led to his death. Dr. Conrad Murray, found guilty of involuntary manslaughter, is in jail as we speak. You remember him.
Don't worry. As long as I keep God in my heart and you in my life, I will be fine. I have done all I could do. I told the truth, and I have faith the truth will prevail.
Now, Dr. Murray has invited 82-year-old matriarch Katherine Jackson to visit him in jail. He says it will be a comfort to her, noting that she looked sad when she read her statement. Jen Hager, my head's going to explode.
Yeah, I think mine just exploded with yours, Jane. I mean, for Dr. Murray to take this opportunity to exploit Katherine Jackson, and that's clearly what this is. You know, he had over 3 years to talk to Katherine before he got convicted. He never did. Remember, on the day that Michael Jackson was taken to the UCLA Medical Center, Katherine tried to ask Dr. Murray questions, and he bailed from the medical center. That came out in the testimony. So for Dr. Murray to be trying to exploit Katherine Jackson in this way and get himself back in the press in a positive way is just absolutely despicable.
Rob Shooter, is this the end of this family drama? Or are we going to see other episodes?
Oh, no, this is not the end at all. They don't know how to live with our drama. And I think Dr. Murray is a really good example of the people that are around the Jacksons or were around them. They all like attention. The Jacksons like attention. There is a lot of Jacksons who all speak individually. We haven't heard the end of this, Jane.
Thank you, fantastic panel, especially Alan Duke. You've done such a great job talking to everybody, uncovering all this info.